So, Mr. Ambassador, I'd like to know, how did Canada get into extending aid to India? Was it asked for, or is it suo motu?
Well, the relationship between Canada and India and the concern that the people of Canada have for the people of India spearheaded a lot of interest in helping. And then, of course, many Indian diplomatic missions abroad, including the High Commission in Ottawa, shared with us some needs that would be beneficial to navigate the current crisis. So we of course stepped up to help out in whatever way we could, and that's how we are where we are. And that outpouring of support from Canadians continues even into today and into the coming days as well.
So, I guess that so far we have received two sorties. So, what all has come from Canada?
Yes, we had one flight arrive last weekend, another one arriving tonight, which is wonderful. And then, so Canada has provided 25,000 vials of remdesivir. We have provided 350 ventilators. In addition to that, we have provided 1,450 oxygen concentrators through a direct contribution to UNICEF, and those will be arriving next week. In addition to that, a number of other organizations and provinces and others have stepped up. The province of Ontario has contributed 3,000 ventilators. The first shipment arrives in the next couple of days. The province of Saskatchewan, another 100 ventilators. And then the business community has stepped up with significant donations to the Red Cross, Care Canada, and a number of other organizations have raised funds for the Red Cross to use wherever it's necessary to address some of the challenges here. And Canada also started off with a $10 million donation to the Red Cross, the Indian Red Cross, early on, so it could procure much needed supplies as quickly as possible.
Okay, so the present aid, does it carry only the Canadian government's aid, or does it also carry the aid from business community and other NGOs from
No,
Canada?
the first shipment and the one coming out tonight is just from the government of Canada. The other organizations have arranged their own shipments, and those are coming in over the coming days.
So how many more are expected now?
It's hard to say because I don't know how many flights it takes for the rest of the commitments to come in. But for Canada, it was last weekend. For is one tonight, and then of course the oxygen concentrators through UNICEF are coming in next week.
Okay, so all these shipments, are they coming directly to, they being handed over to directly to government of India, or they be also being sent to state governments, or maybe some hospitals directly?
Well, we're working closely with the government of India. So the shipments that have come in or coming in through Canada are working. The Indian Red Cross is facilitating the arrival. We're working with the MEA and the customs authorities to clear the shipments here. And then the Indian Red Cross is facilitating the movement of these goods to the different hospitals and provinces where the states where they are needed most. And the MEA has been very open with us in sharing where these shipments are going across India. So that's been very good.
Okay. And what will be the approximate cost of the shipment so far?
We haven't put a dollar cost on it. There was, of course, a $10 million cash contribution that Canada contributed to the Red Cross. And then, but the actual dollar value of the ventilators, remdesivir, as well as the oxygen concentrators total, we haven't put a number on that. Some of these items came from Canada's national emergency stockpile. So it was less about the money. It was more about what was actually needed and where it would go and to ensure that it can be used.
So now, can I ask you something about how Canada prepared for the pandemic?
Sure, you can ask.
Yeah, can you please elaborate how Canada prepared for the pandemic?
Well, I think like many countries around the world, we were forced to react. We've taken a number of measures to ensure that Canadians are protected to the full extent possible. That includes travel restrictions similar to what you have here. It includes a vaccination strategy, which is science-based, and that's well underway, as it is over here as well. And I think we have We have challenges like many countries do, but the one thing that is certain is that we won't defeat this alone. Every country will need to work together to defeat this. And I think collaborating across multiple countries, multilaterally, sharing insights, best practices, working closely with the WHO, all of those things combined have helped navigate this in Canada and of course here in India as well. But there's still a long way to go. But again, we'll navigate this together.
But as compared to other countries, Canada, I suppose, was one of the least affected countries, isn't it? How did that happen?
I'm not so sure I would say that. I mean, a number of countries have been affected quite significantly, and Canada is no different. I think we've done whatever we could to contain the spread of the virus, and more efforts will continue. But we have certainly been affected, including now, just in terms of the total number of cases per across the population. But again, we're very optimistic that the right strategy, science-based through vaccination, infection control measures, is working and will continue to work to get us to the other side.
Yeah. One last thing, how I suppose there have been 6 rounds of lockdowns in Canada so far, and how have you maintained your economy despite all these lockdowns?
Well, I think it's again no different than other places where there have been lockdowns. The priority has been on the health and safety of Canadians or Indians here, whatever that may be. Lockdown is a measure that can help ensure that we're able to prepare. It's a measure that can help break the chain of transmission, but it's not the only measure. And I think striking the right balance between measures and economic. Not necessarily growth, but just sustainability, I think has been challenging, but also working in the context of how we've been able to navigate things over there. And again, no different than other countries. And this is one of the benefits of collaborating with other countries around the world, where you can share insights, best practices, take guidance from the professionals from the WHO, as also from our science-based approach. It allows us to navigate how far to go, when to do a lockdown, and how that helps.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for talking to Amar Ujala. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Again, all the best. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
डाउनलोड करें अमर उजाला ऐप और पाएं खबरें लगातार।
अगर आप ये वीडियो YouTube पर देख रहे हैं तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना ना भूलें। अगर आप Facebook पर ये वीडियो देख रहे हैं तो हमारे पेज को लाइक करें।